Hello, hello, I'm the Chris who plays games, and today we are going to be broadcasting the Cambridge Killer Queen Championship Series. So we got a bunch of different games coming for you. The first game we're going to have tonight is the Pilcerova Hornets versus the Leftovers. And we're going to be picking up the Pilcerova Hornets will be on the blue side, the Leftovers will be taking the gold side, and we are going to be coming up real soon here for you with this game. So thank you all for being here tonight. Again, I am the Chris who plays games, going to be commentating these games for you. So I'm just going to hop in here. The Hornets are blue, the Leftovers are gold.
This is a real game.
Gold has map pick, and this is going to be our first real game of the evening. We're going to be starting out here real soon now. Teams are gathering at the console to begin this game of Killer Queen. So again, we got the Pilcerova's Hornets versus the Leftovers here, and gold is locked in. And here we go. So we've got the queens coming out to right out of the gate to try and pick up those gates. As you can see, they have a queen battle here in the front. You've got gold going for that econ to move those things around. Of course, both teams avoiding the snail. Unsurprising here. We got a blue in the middle going for that warrior to get more in here. As you can see, you've got warriors left, right, and center here for blue, while gold is running econ right down the side there. Now, all the gates at this point are blue. Gold is not going to be able to convert to warriors, but I don't think they're going to have any problems with that, as they are just running those berries in. And you can see that blue is picking up a few berries now. We are seeing a little bit more of that coming in here, but it seems like they're going to have a real hard time catching up to gold unless they're able to use these warriors to keep them out. With only one berry left on the gold side and 5 left on the blue. And Queen diving in there. Gold distracting with the snail as they finish up the econ. Congratulations to the Leftovers for that econ victory here on the first match. So all these matches are going to be best of 7, so teams are going to need to get to 4 in order to do this. As we said, that was the first match here today. So Leftovers take that one, and we'll be moving on to the next map. Best of 7. This is best of 7. And here we're moving on to another map here. All right, so the gold queen grabs the speed, while the blue queen grabs both of those warrior gates and is going to try and keep those locked up. Gold is running those berries in, so we got 3 gold versus 2 blue here at the start, and just trying to make it in. You got Queen, who's just trying to defend against, kill those those runners wherever they can. Gold Queen floating up around the top, and Blue Queen kind of trying to defend in here. You got a berry floating around in the middle, trying to see if it can. Queen trying to kick that berry up, but didn't quite make it. And those queens are just dashing around to try and keep gates on their side. Now the queens, of course, are bashing each other up at the top, although gold was able to dive away, although not in time for blue to not take out their warrior. So you got 2 warriors and the blue queen here hovering up at the top. And blue is just going to try and keep those last 2 berries from making it in from the Leftovers. So those Hornets are just trying to push those out while they've got a couple of folks running berries. That berry almost hopped in, thankfully, for the blue team. It did not. So you got 4 left on the blue, 2 left on the gold. Gold sneaks in another one, while blue sneaks in 2. Queen at this point working hard. Unfortunately, gold just knocked their queen out, and blue was able to pull it out. Congratulations to the Hornets. Score is currently 1-1. We've got the Leftovers having taken the first map, the Hornets taking the second one, and we are moving on to the day map here.
Queen, he's definitely gonna die. You don't want to pull out the gamer tool. It's a little jittery. All right, it'll be good for hovering. There you go.
All right, so Gold Queen's going to be hovering up near the top and dropping down. Blue grabs that middle gate while Gold both grab their speed gates in the top. Blue has already grabbed 2 berries from those easy berry picks near the top that have been added recently, I believe, in this beta map. So we've got a warrior up on the Gold and 1 warrior up on the Blue. So these teams are about even, both looking for those econ wins right now. Snail's kind of being left alone while the Gold Queen tries to keep gates in their favor. So far at the moment, we got these queens just kind of dashing around trying to get whatever gates they can while a gold player tries to grab that snail, dodging away from the blue queen. And Gold is again kind of pulling ahead here in econ. We've got 4 or 5 on the right and 3 for the blue team on the left. We've got that 1 gold warrior trying to keep things going, and the blue warrior just not able to keep those econ berry runners out of the gate. Blue's queen is going to try and come up here and take out this warrior without dying themselves, and we are just going here with that snail trying to sneak in. Gold Queen being bold here against that blue warrior and is able to stay alive. Unfortunately, they got no runners down here to do anything with it. So we got 4 berries left for the blue, 6, 7 berries left for the gold. 4 berries left for gold, and we're able to take out that final blue queen and giving the leftovers a military victory. So we're playing a best of 7 again here today, and the leftovers are currently up 2-1 against the Hornets. So we've got queens diving around here trying to pick up these gates. The gold queen just barely failing to take out that blue, recently converted blue warrior. And of course we got some of those early berries going in. Blue bouncing that berry off of her head. Blue queen up top, while Gold's able to sneak another one in. Just trying to push these berry runners out of the way and not quite able to do it. Now Gold, as usual, is down there running the snails. More of a distraction, it seems, than anything else, as the team really is focused on this econ win. You've got 1 warrior up on each as they keep running these berries in. We've got... Yeah, so the snail's been left alone at this point. Gates are kind of split pretty evenly here. We do have a couple of those berries up top. Only 2 berries left in the econ win for Gold here. And 2 warriors and the queen kind of defending for this last spot. It's going to be real hard for them to hold this out, I think. We got 4 left on blue, just 1. Oh! Whoa! Almost kicking that berry in on the Gold side. Just 2 left on blue, so they may be able to make it. Nope! Gold was able to sneak in behind the warrior and take that win. That's 3 wins for the leftovers in our best of 7 run here. They just need 1 more to take out the Hornets and move on to the finals. All right, Blue Queen dashing around, grabbing those gates, but is taken out quickly by Gold Queen here. We've got berries on both sides, 2 berries on each side, so an even kind of trade there, except for that loss of the Queen early on. So Gold kind of ahead, and Blue's going to have to be a little bit more careful with their Queen usage here. We do have 1 warrior up on Blue, 2 warriors up on Blue, sorry. Trying to keep things happening here. Only 1 warrior up on the Gold side at the moment. We do have... So you got a warrior hovering just outside of the blue entryway, trying to keep things even, as well as 1 pushing around. It's going to be really hard with both those warriors there for Gold to sneak in. You do have that Queen chasing after the Gold warrior and was able to escape and gets taken out, that Queen, by the blue warrior. So Blue has now taken all the gates. Queens are even, and so they're being kind of beating each other up here as the Gold Queen goes to grab some gates. We've got those Warriors still trying to defend and keep folks out of that blue as blue finishes up their econ victory. Well done to the Hornets here on this map. So again, we've got the leftovers up 3-2 against the Hornets in this best-of-7 match, and we are just proceeding right along here. So one more win for the leftovers or 2 more wins for the Hornets will pull this out. Whichever team wins goes on to the finals. Whichever team loses will go down to the losers bracket where they will play against the Cloudpathletes next. The Hornets are favored to win this run, the leftovers being ranked initially in 10th, while the Hornets are ranked seeded number 1 in the start of this tournament. So we will have to see how this kind of works out here. You can see that neither queen was able to really get in there early and grab those gates. The gold queen was trying to get past and got stopped by those warriors. So blue is going a little bit warrior heavy here. We've got 3 warriors up for the blue team, kind of running that snail along as gold sticks with the econ strategy here on day. Now, I will say that econ strategy on day is a little bit different than it was in earlier matches in this tournament. With the berries placed higher up, that snail is really just moving along at this point, and not a whole lot that anyone other than the queen can do, although she is going to come through and try and take out these blue players, but that warrior is guarding, although the queen was able to take them out. And so now we are down to 1 queen left, or 2 queens left on both sides. We got 2 blue warriors up. We got the snail still moving along. Again, 3 warriors up on the blue side. They are going to be fighting here on this econ. So you've got 5 berries left. And there's a question of whether they're going to be able to continue to push the snail strategy. Just 3 berries left on the gold side as we come in towards the end of this match. Gold is now defending that snail, trying to push it over as those warriors and queens really get up there and try and defend against those berries coming in against that econ victory. Blue just going all the way on snail. You do only have 1 life left on the gold queen, so this warrior could end up taking them out, or the queen could end up taking them out. And they're just trying to get in there and do whatever they can. You've got the warrior and the runner protecting snail. You've got just 2 left on econ for the gold team, and another win for the leftovers. Congratulations to the leftovers for winning this semifinal round. They will move on to the finals, while the Hornets go down to the losers bracket to play against the Cloudpathletes. So congratulations to the leftovers, and we'll be moving right along here as the Hornets, the number 1 seeded Hornets, go up against the Cloudpathletes, the number 4 seeded Cloudpathletes. For all of you who are watching, thank you so much. I guess we have 28 people here right now watching us today, so thank you for being here. If you are interested in watching and you are in Cambridge, feel free to stop by this upper connector space. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I knew at the time. So I've since forgotten. Cloud is gold? Is blue. So that was the at the end there when you got that triple kill.
So the Hornets will be continuing with the blue. The Cloudpathletes will be going on to gold, replacing our leftovers here, and our scores, as you can see, have been reset again. This match will be the best of 7. This is the final match of the losers bracket here on... final match of the losers bracket here in the Cambridge Killer Queen Tournament Finals. That is my understanding of reality. So 70% So the Cloudpathletes were able to knock out the B Sharps in our matches last week, the number 2 seeded B Sharps, causing them to be able to move on to this losers bracket race or match. And so we are just waiting to see here. So whoever wins this match will go on to face the leftovers in our final round. Teams are getting set up here. They're doing a little bit of a pre-gaming strategy huddle as we go on here. So we are playing on the beta map. This is again counter to some of our earlier tournament play. Oh, we got our teams locking in here. So the Hornets are locked in, the Cloudpathletes are locked in, and we are ready to get started here. So Blue queen dashing up, gold queen sticking towards the bottom, each of them picking up some of those early gates, although, and gold kind of reran that middle gate there. We do have blue kind of seeming to go for berries, while gold does put someone on the snail. We'll have to see if they stick with that strategy or if that's just kind of a distraction. We've got berries left, right, and center here. 4 so far for blue, 2 for gold. As we move in, that warrior trying to get through and smack someone on the snail. Blue with 2 warriors up while gold has none. Just those queens bashing it out in the middle. So the queen for gold is going to try and stick here and get rid of these berry runners on blue. So the Hornets are going heavy, and are able to actually knock out the Cloudpathletes with that military victory, taking out the gold queen. Yeah.
That was blue that won. Yeah. Hornets are on blues.
Yep.
All right. Day map coming up here. All right, so the queens are bashing it out in the middle as our runners take berries and head for those warrior gates. So we've got 2 warriors up for each of the teams here as the queens continue to bash it out in the middle. And I think that warrior's gonna, no? Okay, so we got warriors guarding the snail and the queen able to take out that gold queen. And the blue warrior kind of hovering around at the top. And queens are again in a battle at the front here. Neither team really going for the econ strategy. You've got blue going snail, but it really feels like this is going to look like a military victory against the Cloudpathletes. You know, it's hard to see them coming back from this with blue still having 2 queens up and gold down to their last queen. Gold is defending on that snail. We've got very little econ here. Pretty much everyone just converting, using those berries to convert to warriors. Gold able to knock folks off the snail, but it's getting rough here. So they were able to take out that blue queen. So the Hornets now do have just 2 queens left. But again, gold is still on that last queen. She's got to be super careful not to get taken out. Blue queen able to then go ahead and grab more of those gates to keep them from going to the enemy team. Blue really looking like the snail victory is the route that they want to take here. Or the military victory, that works too. So the Hornets just 1 hair above the gold queen and able to take her out. All right, everyone running to their preferred gates. We got blue able to grab that warrior in the middle after bashing gold out of the way. So we've got a blue warrior up. The gold warrior is going to convert next while the queens beat each other up in the top. We got 2 gold warriors defending in the middle while gold, not sure if they want to take a snail. Blue queen gets taken out there. So all those top lanes are now full of berries for blue, while gold has a few of those top ones left. So if we see an econ victory here, well, it's looking pretty decently even at this point. Getting some of those top lines can definitely be a little bit more difficult. Gold running the snail to try and pull some of those folks away from the battle up top, but with blue already so far on econ, 2 more, just 1 more berry left for the econ victory here for blue. We got the queen and a warrior trying to defend from any incoming berries. You can almost kick that berry in, but the queen able to bash it out. But the queen on gold taken out by the Hornets queen. And that is it for blue, sneaking in that econ victory while the queen was off doing something else. So the Hornets are now up 3-0 in this best-of-7 match. Just one more win will let them finish off. Map choice here is going to go to... Looks like the map choice is going to go to Day. All right, so the queens are beating each other up again. We've got everyone running for those warrior gates. So we're gonna have we got two blue warriors up, and we're gonna have two gold warriors up, as well as a third blue warrior coming out here. So blue's going heavy warriors. Queen's still beating each other up at the top with no progress there so far. Gold does manage to sneak in a berry behind one of those blue warriors while running the snail down at the bottom. It's going to be really hard for blue to run that snail strategy with so many warriors up, and just able to take out that gold queen there as she went for the snail space. Queen's bashing it out on the left, while blue just has warriors all over the place. We've just got just one berry up there for Day, and tons of berries just being kicked along the bottom. Blue trying to run for that snail as the gold warrior defends against it. So we've now got almost all warriors everywhere. Blue has one berry runner up, and it looks like gold has none at the moment. Although they just lost one, so they'll have one now. Those blue warriors are going to try and keep things moving, keep things going. So we've now got a ton of folks defending around that snail. That gold warrior doesn't want to be too bold here. They've already lost their first queen, and the question is, what are they going to do now? Blue warrior able to take out another warrior near that snail, and in general, kind of zooming around, just keeping things going. Neither team going for it. Blue queen taken out. So we're down to the same number of queens left at this point, and gold is pushing that snail back in the other direction. So got the warriors down at the bottom, kicking berries back and forth between them. Yeah, so the question being asked is, can you run out of berries? If you convert enough warriors, you can't really go for those econ victories with so little left. So we'll have to see what's going on here. Blue grabbing almost all those gates, although Gold Queen coming in to convert them back as she gets squeezed by the warrior that manages to escape. Gold Queen gets taken out by the Blue Queen. Now just one queen left for the Cloudpathletes, two left for the Hornets. Neither team really seeming to go here for anything other than that military victory. The snail has not really moved all that far. All of the warriors sitting around here. So Gold is on their last queen, and she's running away, or just going face to face. So trapped in between the queen and two warriors. It's interesting to see how she's going to take this, and is taken out. So the reverse sweep from the Hornets. They will move back into the final round here against the Leftovers. So we are back to the Hornets versus the Leftovers, taking on this final round that we will be going to here shortly.
Justin, move.
So I think the teams are agreeing to stick with the bracket's going to say Pilcerova and Cloudpathletes. I think we're just
We've been playing blue, they've been playing gold the whole
yeah.
time.
I'm just going to keep saying something.
Can we keep our colors instead of switching?
Both teams won.
Because both teams
Yes,
want
we
to
can.
But he's the one in charge.
And also, just to know for the label.
I think both teams are in agreement on this. He's giving us the snake eye.
Yeah.
There's some discussion going on here about which team's going to play.
Blue has map pick. Do you still want to switch?
Then give the map pick to who would be on blue.
No, blue has map pick. If you guys want to switch, knowing
And Greg,
that,
what
you
map
can.
would you like to choose?
I would like day.
All right, then blue will choose that. I'm just don't mix it.
Are we done? Are we ready to go?
Are you switching colors?
Yeah, they are.
They're switching colors.
So the Leftovers are going to be blue, and the Hornets are going to be gold here, just switching up to the other side. And it seems like both teams agreed to this swap of colors, and also the blue team agreed to pick the map that would have been chosen by the leftovers. Teams are prepping right now, and we will be moving on from there. Oh.
Leftovers are on gold.
I apologize if I screwed this up. The Hornets are playing blue. The leftovers are going to be playing gold here. I don't know if I said that wrong or not. That's just my brain.
Teams are going to confer. They have time in the schedule.
Yeah, no, I'm just, it's confusing that they swapped.
So yeah, the teams now are conferring and having a little bit of a pre-game prep here as they go on to finish up what may be this final round here.
Someone's been updating the bracket. Have you been updating the bracket? Okay.
I update it live. Or the score, not the bracket.
The teams. The team names. Someone
I update the schedule. There's a bracket, a tab over. Yeah.
changing the team.
That.
There's one more tab.
One
so
tab over is the actual.
So if the Hornets win here, they will have to go on to another map. If the leftovers win this final best of 7, then we move straight. That'll be it. Then we will have crowned our champion of the leftovers. So we'll see whether it's Hornets or leftovers here in this final championship round of the Cambridge Killer Queen Championship. Thank you very much for tuning in for us tonight, everybody. Again, I am the Chris who plays games doing your commentary here tonight. If you like what you're hearing, make sure to tip your waiter. If you don't have a waiter, well, I don't know, maybe get a waiter. The teams are coming back to the cabinet here, up here in the final round that we're coming into. The leftovers still doing a little bit of last-minute conferring as the Hornets come back to their map. So the Hornets, I believe, have said that they are going to be picking Day to start off this map. And we will see how it goes. All right, so we are beginning this final round here. So all those runners heading straight for the warrior gates. One blue heading for the speed gate. Gold grabbing the snail while also running a couple berries up top. Blue gets taken out quickly. So we're down one blue queen as we head in here. We got a blue warrior who's going to try and defend on the snail while the queen goes to be on the attack. You got the gold warrior knocking that berry runner out of the gold side and keeping that berry from bouncing in. So we got gold trying to run some berries in here, but not getting so far with the two warriors up top. We got one warrior guarding the snail at the bottom. We've got the blue queen just kind of hovering around and seeing what she can do. Grabbing that gate in the middle. Oh! Diving for the gold queen and missing, unfortunately. And not willing to take the risk of another dive, understandably, given that she is already down one. Gold warrior able to take out that blue warrior trying to defend in that econ area up top on the gold side. So we've got berries running in all over on the gold side, while blue seems like they want to go for snail, but just can't get it in. We got a speed runner coming in on the blue side here, who gets nabbed, unfortunately, from behind by the gold queen, who's just all over this map. So we got gold queen up top. We got a couple warriors in the top right here trying to keep gold from taking this econ victory. Was able to take out that gold queen, bringing the queens even, while blue is just quietly running in that snail. Got a blue warrior down there to defend. Blue's sneaking the snail. Gold queen's doesn't feel like they want to let that happen. They're gonna try and get in there, despite the queens and the warriors just battling it out in that corner. Only 4 berries left for gold. And gold pushing the snail back in the other direction, so they're not able to get that snail victory before gold sneaks in these last few berries. You got a couple warriors up top, the queen defending against the snail, trying to keep things going there. It seems blue is definitely intent on either military or snail victory. The only real 2 options available to them here, obviously. Blue trying to keep all those gates clear so that they don't have the warriors to take that action, although it's not clear to me that gold is really looking for warriors at this point. They got just 2 berries left to run in for econ. My guess is they're just going to try and run berries past these couple warriors and the queen. Queen is able to take out 1 berry there, and thankfully does not have it bouncing, while blue goes back to running that snail. You do have the queens that battling it out up top here. Berries all over the bottom, and gold with just 1 berry left before an econ victory. Queen almost bouncing that berry up into the top gates there. Snail trying to sneak it. Yeah, snail victory for the Hornets. So reminder here, if the Hornets do win, they will have to actually go and win another best of 7 against the Leftovers. Now, the Leftovers were initially ranked only at 10th in this league, so the Hornets coming back and coming through here is a totally reasonable, totally a thing that we could expect to see, and we'll have to see if that's where we end up here today. All right, so we got blue grabbing the snail, as well as running in a berry. Blue queen just kind of hovering above that middle gate to keep it in blue control. Gold is able to sneak in three of those berries, while they did lose a queen. And blue snails just kind of sneaking their way over here. So gold queen defending against the snail, surrounded by warriors, and is able to sneak it through. The blue queen seemed like they were going to dive for the gold queen there, but did not make it all the way down. Queen's battling it out underneath that right platform, while the snail is just working on running their way in. Gold queen is in there, mixing it up on that snail defense. You got blue warriors, you got gold runners, you got a queen, you got the other queen. Everybody just centered around the snail. But blue looks like they may be able to take it all the way in for another snail victory here for the Hornets. It's best of 7 here today, and the Hornets are currently up 2-0 against the Leftovers. If the Hornets are able to pull out this best of 7, they will have to go back against the Leftovers in a second round that will reset the bracket, and they will have to go up against the Leftovers again. So Hornets here going for that bracket reset and trying to make their way into a finals win, despite losing to the Leftovers just before this. So we've got those queens dashing for that middle gate, not taking each other out, although gold queen did manage to take out a drone. We've got a runner, rather. We've got gold grabbing that snail to try and keep things going as the gold queen grabs a speed gate and a warrior gate. We've got 2 of those top berry spots filled in by the Hornets already, and we are off to the races. So gold is pushing hard on that snail, while they've got 2 blue warriors here that look like they're going to keep them out. Econ staying about even, a little bit more for blue, but definitely could go either way at this point. Blue sneaking in a couple more of those points, and they've now got 5 left, while the gold team has only 4 in. They got 2 warriors up for blue. I'm just trying to see what they can do. So blue's queen is all over this map trying to keep things moving, as is gold queens, who has lost one of their queens so far. Blue diving away from the gold queen, just trying not to get taken out. Gold now down to their last queen, while blue does not have that situation, and the Hornets take their 3rd win on Econ. So the Hornets currently up 3-0 in this best-of-7 match. Again, if the Hornets win this map, they will be going on to a bracket reset and rematch of this best-of-7 match here, the Hornets versus the Leftovers. All right, gold running in a couple of these berries here on this day map, as well as pushing that snail. We've got 2 warriors up for blue, and looking like they want to grab a few more warriors. So we got queens battling it out up at the top here. No queen deaths yet, although blue was able to take out that gold queen there. We got blue grabbing a speedrunner here. We'll have to see where that's going to go. Gold queen diving down to take out that snail. Gold continuing to rush in some of those berries and heading for some econ points here. So 4 berries for gold so far. Blue pushing the snail, as well as the more dangerous path for that gold queen. He's going to go up against the warrior here and get taken out. That was a bold move, but it did not work out for them. So now you've got 2 of the, gold chasing everybody. So you got gold queen is on her last life here, so she has to be careful as she dives around to try and keep those gates in gold control. The Hornets not having any of that. Their queen, of course, has not lost any lives, but was able to take out the gold queen. And that will be our bracket reset. We'll be going on to our final match here in the Killer Queen tournament here in Cambridge. Again, we will have the Hornets versus the Leftovers finishing out this match. So we will again be restarting, doing a best-of-7 match here, and we'll be going back to that momentarily. So time for a break from me talking. So the teams are just taking a quick breather here. The Hornets have played. This is their fourth match or round in a row. So you can understand that those tapping fingers are feeling a little bit worn out. I can see the players as they walk around here waving their hands, trying to get them limbered up for this final tournament round here in the Killer Queen Cambridge Championship. Broadcasting live to you from Cambridge, Massachusetts. We are going to be continuing with the Hornets and the Leftovers playing. I believe that we are going to continue with the Hornets on blue, the Leftovers on gold. As far as I know, map choice should be going to gold this time, that first map choice. Yeah, gold map pick is what we're going to have here. So the Hornets, despite their rough performance against the Leftovers to start out this championship series, have really come around and turned it around. So you had the Hornets losing 2-4 to the Leftovers at the start of these matches, and since then they have gone 8 straight wins to bring them into this bracket reset final match here. So we're moving through these quickly with how much the Hornets have been dominating, which makes you really question exactly what their trouble trouble was in those first matches that the leftovers were able to take over and end up winning. So we are, just gonna be having to see whether this comes in. Now, again, remember that the Hornets were seeded first in the round robins leading up to this tournament, and we are seeing the leftovers that were seeded 10th hold their own against them. But it's gonna be a tough comeback if things continue as they have been. Now we do have a map in here that no one is going to be playing. Is that Twilight map is in the beta, but we are not going to be seeing that played here in the map today.
John Scott, play Twilight. Just play the last 7, only Twilight.
Yeah, so the Twilight map is a beta map that has not yet been fully tested. We are running this beta run because that is the map that we did our last pre-tournament round, as well as what our cabinet has been set to for the past couple weeks here. And that's why you're seeing that, although we were not using it earlier in the tournament. So that's what we're seeing here. I expect that we will be going back to not playing on that map. That is off limits, and we'll be playing either day, dusk, or night as we come into this final round. Okay, we are going to be switching back to the blue team. So again, the Hornets having map pick first here. I think that's in part a concession to them basically allowing Gold to have map pick via auditory agreement before. Alright, so the teams are coming in here. We've got queens all over the place trying to grab those gates as we move into the start here. So blue queen grabbing gate on the right, gold queen grabbing the gate on the left, and gold diving to grab that gate in the middle. So we do have a couple of blue warriors up. They're definitely going to be trying to keep this econ win out of reach for the gold team. Unfortunately, the gold able to sneak that berry in behind both of those warriors and the queen trying to defend. So we do have those queens acting as your blue queen acting as a defense here, as well as running around and trying to pick up those gates. Gold queen doing the same in return. Gold kind of running the snail down at the bottom. Queens battling it out at the top, but able to take out a warrior, but not each other. And gold is just running berries left, right, and center here. So we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 berries left on blue, and just 4 left for gold. Although blue snuck in a couple more here and even things out. So blue just running berries all over the place. We got 3 berries there, 4 berries on gold. That snail has been abandoned at this point, and you've got just warriors and berry runners dashing it out. Unfortunately, the gold berry runner missed right there, and managed to get bopped in by the warrior, and blue manages to sneak enough in to pull out that econ victory here.
This is the second round of the finals of double elimination.
So this is the final.
Team was defeated. This final match, that was 1-0.
So up until this point, this has been the first time that the Hornets have been defeated. Earlier tonight against the leftovers. So that defeat was a big win for the leftovers here to force this into the bracket reset final round of this championship series. Hearing some excitement over map selection from the teams. So we're back onto the day map here. We'll have to see what strategy these teams are going to go for. Gold grabbing that gate, but the blue queen just kind of running all over the map, trying to grab all those gates. We do have at least two blue warriors up. One just guarding the snail, 2 more guarding the berry pen, and the gold one just sneaking past him and faked out that blue warrior defending against berries. So you've got a couple of drones. Now that warrior's chasing after. He's just like, I'm done with this. We're gonna get you out of here. Although I think they did just knock that berry in, unfortunately for them. So we got the gold queen who says, I don't want you in here anymore. You need to get out of here. And the blue queen coming up to defend. That snail moved a fair way towards the blue side here, although they do have a gold warrior down there that's likely going to be able to keep that from being a real danger to them. Gold running a lot of berries up here. So we are down to 6 berries left. Blue going for snail, possibly. The queens bashing each other around up at this top area. Blue queen taking out a gold warrior, and those queens getting real close to each other, but neither one able to do damage until right then. Blue queen, oh no! Was able to take out the drone, but bounced that berry right into the berry pen, I think. Although maybe I misread that. So we have gold, just gold drones, just their gold berry runners, just trying to get in there and do what they can. So just 3 berries left for gold, and gold is doing well on snail as well, but they are down to their last queen, so they are going to have to... Oh my! That gold queen just doing work up there, was able to keep away from the queen as well as destroying and protecting against that berry getting in. And that is it for the leftovers. Gold wins on an economic victory. So we're now 1-1 here in this final best-of-7 match. The Hornets have 1 win. The leftovers have 1 win. I believe our next map is going to be night, I believe. Yeah, so we had dusk and then day, so now we'll move back on to night and see how we go here. So usually from both teams you can expect a couple of early berries to come in here pretty quickly. Those queens are going to take different directions. The gold queen dashing for the speed gate while the blue queen took all those warrior gates. Queens are bashing each other around. Dangerous position for gold to be in as blue dives past her. Blue warrior unfortunately missing the chance to do anything with the queen there. Snail moving a little bit, but you can see gold again, the leftovers trying to sneak in just a bunch of berries and see how that can go for them. Gold defending gates, trying to keep those warrior gates up for their team. And we are seeing what we can do here. So we got 1 blue warrior just hanging out there, trying to defend against any berries being kicked in by gold. Gold grabbing the berry from behind the warrior and sneaking it in, but that snail is now getting really close. So you got a blue team snail coming along here, and not a lot that they can do to defend. They've got no warriors up. They've got their queen, but their queen's already lost 1 life. Is able to take out the blue queen, but it's not enough to prevent them from sneaking that snail in for the snail victory for the Hornets. So the Hornets now have 2-1 in this final best-of-7 match. 2-1 for the Hornets in this final best-of-7 match. And I believe that we are now back to a new set of map picks here. So we'll see where we're going to go with this. The leftovers trying to cause this upset against the Hornets, trying to use this bracket reset and So the question for the team is, what are we fighting here? Whose honor are we defending here in the Cambridge Killer Queen Cambridge Championships? Yes, the Cambridge Killer Queen Cambridge. Those 3 words go together like peanut butter and jelly and peanut butter, which is actually how I make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You know, if you put a little bit of peanut butter on each piece of bread, then the jelly doesn't squeeze through the bread and it's much easier to eat. I highly recommend that. So yes, the Cambridge Killer Queen Cambridge Championships, just like the peanut butter and jelly and peanut butter sandwich. And now the whole audience hears the last 3 words I say. It's like, what is going on over there? What is this live stream? And who is this weirdo speaking into a microphone behind us? All right, so we have the queens here trying to grab that middle gate. Blue and gold almost taking each other out, but not able to do so. We've got a warrior up for gold as they try and sneak berries in. We got 2 so far for gold. Blue just kind of keeping that snail moving down there and seeing what they can do there. So blue's pretty much all warriors at this point, except for that snail sneaker and trying to keep them from getting berries in while managing that snail situation. Gold's queen doesn't really want to let them have it, but also knows that they're in a dangerous position, but takes out the blue queen from behind and is able to do that. So we've got the gold queen doing work here, knocking out the snail rider, knocking out the queen, as gold is able to continue to sneak in some of those berries up top. So gold is clearly going here for the economic victory, while blue is going to try and see what they can do with the snail, or perhaps in a military victory. But it seems a little bit hard to expect that, given that they've already lost one queen. Gold has lost none yet and is able to keep those things moving. Gold queen's going to scare away the snail rider again as we do that. So you got the blue queen and the gold queen hovering around the snail on the bottom, knowing that that's where the action is, while at the same time gold just continues to try and sneak in berries against that one warrior defending. So you got now the warrior defending against the snail here. Queen is able to take out that warrior and kind of open that snail up for gold to push it back away, as that was clearly gold's strategies. We've lost 2 queens on gold, and so really their only option here is probably going to be this snail victory, and seeing if they can get that. You got a warrior who's going to try and scare away this, but you've got a blue warrior and the queen down there defending. Gold not feeling wanting to risk, although they did take out that warrior, but not wanting to be too risky, does take out the queen in the end. Just 4 berries left for gold, but with all the action down around the snail, hard to see whether that's going to work for them. Just one warrior up there defending, blue making a dash through the gates to try and reclaim them for gold, or blue, gold responding in kind, and now you got 2 warriors down there keeping things away from the snail. We got just 2 berries left for gold, with gold having 1 queen up, blue having no queens left other than their current one. Gold wins. Gold wins on a military victory at the same time as, I believe, their almost final econ victory there. So there you go. So 2-2 here. Hornets versus the Leftovers, 2-2 here in this final championship match. Best of 7, both teams needing 2 maps left. So that was our day map. Our next map will be either dusk or night. It's looking like they're going to choose dusk. And again, despite being on the beta, we are not using the not yet complete Twilight map that is not in play here. So just these 3 maps the teams are choosing between that we'll be rotating between. So it looks like they're choosing dusk next, and they are going to be doing that, and then we will move on to a night map after that. Gold is locked in, and we are starting here on this 5th game in our best of 7 championship series between the Hornets and the Leftovers. Gold taking out a blue queen early as she dives down to get that gold gate, that warrior gate, and able to take out another one. This seems like it may be a quick round if they're able to finish up here. Blue grabbing the snail, gold sneaking in and trying to do what they can for a econ victory as well. That blue queen can't be too aggressive, given that they have no lives left, although she is dashing around there to pick up that speed gate in the lower left corner. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have some berries left, some number of berries left, definitely. That's exactly what I was thinking. And we do have 5 berries in on the blue side here, so we could see this go a different way. We'll have to see. That blue queen coming around the left, and just keeping things moving all over here. So blue has been able to sneak in a decent number of berries, not lost another one of their queens, obviously, because that would have ended the match, and takes out the gold queen. So able to do that. Now the gold queen does still have 1 more life left to live, but blue is able to sneak in 1 more berry, and just 1 more will win them the match. So we're now down to 1 berry on either side, and gold now being blue sneaks in their final berry despite those early queen losses, and is able to win on the economic victory. The Hornets are now up 3-2 against the Leftovers. Just 1 more for the Hornets here. 1 more for the Hornets, or 2 more for the Leftovers. The Leftovers ranked 10th coming into this series, so bringing it to this final championship round against the Hornets is definitely a point in their favor. It will be interesting to see if they are able to take this around and finish it out. Yeah, so we should be coming on to the night map here, not the dusk map, we just did that. The night map here, and seeing what we can do, just waiting for blue to lock in and get started. Hornets doing some last-minute strategizing here as they come into what may be the final map of this championship series. Gold diving down, as they do so often, to grab that gate in the middle. Snail map, as we know here, on the night map here. Gold chasing after those berry runners and not successfully getting in there, grabbing those warrior gates to try and keep them out of Blue's hands, while Gold sneaks in a couple of berries heading for Econ win. Oh! The Gold Queen bashed around, but not able to be taken out by Blue there, despite the number of warriors surrounding them. Gold in a tough spot between two warriors and the Queen nearby. Not much that could have been done there, and the Blue Warrior is able to keep those berries from coming in. That Blue Warrior is able to knock out those Gold players going for the snail. We are down. Each team has lost one of their queens, and we got that blue Warrior standing guard against that Econ. Queen able to take out a Warrior and the Snail Rider. Blue Queen hovering around the top, while the Gold Queen's hovering around that middle to try and keep things even on Snail as Gold continues to move forward on this potential Econ victory. Alright, so Blue is on to their last Queen. Gold's got one more and more berries in place, but if they're not able to slow down the snail, they're gonna have trouble. And they don't have a lot of warriors up. All they've got is their Queen, who's gonna have a hard time getting over there in time to take that snail out if they're not careful. They do get over there, but unfortunately get taken out. They did pull another warrior in, but unfortunately, you've got a warrior and the Queen against Blue. Oh! And that is it. The Leftovers getting beaten in a military victory here at the end. Congratulations to the Hornets and their successful win of this championship series, the Killer Queen Cambridge Championship Series. Pilcerova's Hornets versus the Leftovers. Congratulations to Pilcerova's Hornets. Twilight Exhibition match we're going to be doing coming in here between these two teams, same teams? Yeah, so the Hornets and the Leftovers are going to be playing here on Twilight for a for funsies match. But yeah, so Hornets, congratulations on your win. Leftovers, well done forcing them to do that. But yeah. That is it. We are going to be doing a Twilight run here, so if you want to stick around on the stream for this one more map, this is the place to be. Thank you all for watching. We're up to 38 people here watching on YouTube with us tonight. I have been the Chris who plays games, teaching you how to, watch this game as well as make PB&J. So just keep that running. So Leftovers, just doing what they can. See if they can take out the Hornets here in this one final map. We've got a lot of berries coming in on the blue side. We've got the Blue Queen acting as your primary defense here on the gold side. Trying to keep those berries from sneaking in. Now this map, it is difficult in some cases to get yourself into the place where the berries need to live. You got these two very narrow, tall, berry gates you need to sneak into, and that can be difficult. Now Blue has more of the gates here. It's going to be, I think they've got all of the warrior gates currently. So it's going to be hard for gold to convert to anything else. So you do have the queen up now. She's going to grab the speed gate for gold. And just one more berry. They need to get in. They got to go from, on both sides. And the Hornets are able to win this Twilight Exhibition map. Well, thank you all for watching. Again, in Cambridge or New York, in San Francisco or Mountain View, or in any other place that Google has offices, there's probably some of them. It's been lovely to have you. I've been your commentator, Chris Plays Games, and thank you, and that will be the end of our stream for tonight. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Killer Queen action here in Cambridge, Massachusetts. That's it for us. Have a great night, and see you later. Bye-bye.